Happy Wednesday, everybody. For those of you who are new to a Wellness Wednesday, my name is Rachel Phillips. I'm one of the health coaches here at Incenta Health. This meeting is being recorded, just a heads up. You can watch it at a later time. Share the video, etc., etc. I ask that anytime, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to put those in the chat. Take yourself off mute, whatever is easiest for you. Especially with this week's topic, I think we have a lot to learn from each other. And for those of you that have been with us before, you know that I like to start us out with a nice icebreaker. And what should we do this week? Well, let's name one book that you could just like read on repeat, or that you're looking forward to reading. I think for me, my repeatable book is To Kill a Mockingbird. I once wanted to name my cat Atticus Finch. I lost that battle. Anybody else have their favorite go-to book? Reign of Gold. I've never heard of that. The Thornbirds. I'm gonna write all these down. Gotta start a book club. Anybody else have a favorite book? Man's Search for Meaning. That sounds like you've had to do a little bit of internal work too. I want to read Miracle Morning. Lori, is that on your list for the summer? Yay! Let me know how it is. Well, awesome. Let's get moving and grooving. We are going to talk about family health and fitness. The National Recreation and Parks Association, the NRPA, the NRPA has deemed that June 12th, so this coming Saturday, is 2021's Family Health and Fitness Day. It's all about getting folks into their local park, getting them outside for all of the recreation needs. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And when I use family, I'm not talking necessarily just about the nuclear family, 2.5 kids in a white picket fence. This is who you live with. This is if you have kids, great. This pertains to you, but if you don't have kids and you have a roommate or just a spouse, maybe it's just you and your dog. I'm really thinking of family as the folks that you live with, both chosen and blood. So some of this is a little bit more kid focused, and I apologize if that doesn't sit with you, but that is part of it, I suppose. So again, Family Health and Fitness Day is June 12th, this coming Saturday, so very timely. And the National Recreation and Parks Association came out with some really cool data saying that people who live near parks, who live near places to safely recreate outside, tend to have higher physical activity levels, and they tend to have like lower body mass index. They report feeling less stressed, more like emotionally regulated because they can get outside, get that movement in, get some vitamin D, all things that we know to be very beneficial in our health and wellness. And with the last year and a half too, parks have become really instrumental in maintaining our well-being, especially with like gyms shutting down. We need somewhere to recreate, and then being stuck in our own houses, getting outside and going to your local park, a state park, national park, just getting outside has I know for me has really, really helped. And those who engage in regular outdoor activity Other than that lower stress, they also say that they have better interpersonal connections, and they feel more grounded because they're in nature, with nature, getting themselves dirty in the grass and the mud and all of that. And there's a study that says that 6 out of 7 adults in the US look forward to getting outside during the summer months. I know for me, that's very true. Lots of hiking, camping, paddleboarding, biking, you name it. I want to be doing it. I'm sure you all feel the same way. So why is family health important? Might be obvious, but who knows? Obesity levels continue to rise, not just in adult populations, but also in children, in the youth as well. And it's very true when they say that our kids are likely not going to outlive us. And that is, I think, the generation right now, it's the first time that that's happened. And a lot of it has to do with obesity and being very stationary. Our kids are just not going outside as frequently. They're not as active. And there's an overabundance of easy calories. Adolescents too. So when we're thinking of those school agers, the 5 to 12-year-olds, I just did that a little bit backwards. Those 5 to 12-year-olds actually really benefit from running and jumping and playing sports, not only on their physical health. Studies do show that we develop better bone density when we run, jump, spin, etc., than we do with drinking fortified milk. The same thing, we get a lot more vitamin D with the sunshine rather than in cow's milk. So if you're worried about bone health and growing strong, healthy kids, that's one way to do it, is get them outside, get them active, etc. Adolescent mental health is also benefited by having a strong family connection, strong social connections, having an adult that they can look up to. So if it's you as their parent, if it's you as their coach, teacher, whatever it could be. There's teens who tend to thrive, especially teens who tend to thrive, have some sort of foundation of people around them. They have that social support, that support network, whatever you want to call it. And that is a mitigating factor for some more dangerous behaviors. So really big benefit there. And as we know, movement for anybody can aid in stress reduction, anxiety reduction, and of course our heart health. And the number one cause of death in our country is heart disease. So making it a habit when your family is young sets them up for a lifetime of success. So how do we get active together? And remember, this is not just for, you and the kids, but you and whoever you live with. Our eating habits and our activity habits are often shared between members of the same household. So we don't necessarily inherit our health, but we inherit our habits, which impact our health. So having the habits of eating well and moving most of the time are really beneficial. We tend to share that with the people around us. And some of the ways that you can do this, especially in the summer months, obviously different when it's not as nice outside, but planting a garden, very, very beneficial, especially with kids. They get to see what patience can do. You put this little seed in the ground and then it gives you these big fruits and vegetables. And you get dirty. There's some mental health benefits to playing in the dirt. Really fascinating science there. And you get to eat what you grow. I'm a huge proponent of planting a garden. And if you've ever weeded a garden, you know how physically demanding that could be because you can't quite stand up the next day. Recreational sports, whether that's, every Tuesday, the neighborhood kids get together and they play. If you join a league, maybe it's just playing catch in the backyard. Really good way to get active together. on the weekends, taking hikes, walks, exploring. You never know where the bike path in your neighborhood takes you until you actually get on it. I have always been pleasantly surprised by where I can get to on my local bike path. I'm hoping that you all can find the same thing or have found the same thing. And then when the weather doesn't allow for you to get outside because it's 90 degrees or it's snowing, indoor movement is really beneficial as well. I'm all for making things fun and exciting, especially with kids. So this indoor movement can look like putting on like a YouTube video or a Go Noodle video for a dance party. Maybe it's making chore time a little bit more gamified. So, every time you clean a toilet, you have to do 10 squats or something like that. My favorite time. I also am a fan of the dance party in the kitchen while I'm cooking dinner. And who doesn't love a good dance party? There's a lot of mental health benefits in that too, that wiggling and moving. So when we get active together, let's make it a habit and set that up for success. So activity, right? Like every night after dinner, we go for a walk with the family. In my household, we have a dance party while we're making dinner. Maybe it's something like in our household every night at 7:30 p.m. all devices are shut off and we play a board game. We have that social connection. And then make it fun, especially with kids and teaching them about healthy foods and healthy habits. My favorite thing is to let your kids pick the activity, obviously within choice. You probably don't want to go like bungee jumping every weekend, or pick the vegetable or fruit with dinner. That naturally feeds their curiosity and their leadership skills. And it's always fun when you're like, I don't know what this zucchini is. And then you prepare it together and build those bonds. And laughter. I think a lot of us forget to laugh, especially when things are so stressful and have to schlep this kid there and get to work and this, that, and all of that. So when you do get outside and have those fitness and activity moments with your family, make it fun, laugh about it. You kicked the soccer ball and fell on your bottom. That's funny. And it, as long as you're not hurt, it's funny. So laugh often. And laughter is just, it's one of like the best anti-anxiety things. It's really good for our heart health, all of it. So my question for you all, what's your favorite way to get active and healthy with your family or housing unit, whatever, wherever you live, whatever your situation might be? Feel free to take yourself off chat or off mute, put it in the chat, etc., etc. Maybe we'll all get some good ideas. Swimming and biking, absolutely. Walk in the park, hiking. I swear the only way to wear out a small child is to throw them in the pool. And then they sleep for 4 minutes and they're ready to do it again. Anything else? Anybody else have a hiking and walking the dog, parking far away from wherever we're going? Absolutely. The dog likes that too, I'm sure. Lots of smells and things to see. Anybody else have a great way that they get active with their family? Either inside, outside, formal, informal. Step challenge with the daughters. Awesome. Is that just like a family thing, Lisa? Where you all try to beat each other? In and out of state. Awesome. And like such a great way to stay connected with your daughters. Have that. I know I just signed up for a race with my mom, which will be fun. She's gonna run much faster than me, but that's okay. Well, awesome. Well, that's what I have for you all today. Thanks for joining us. Upcoming topics. Next week, we're going to have a guest speaker to talk about men's health. Um, Lisa, that's what mothers do, is it go faster than their children? Next week, we are going to have a guest speaker to talk about men's health. June is Men's Health Month. So if you have a male in your life that you love dearly, this is for you. Feel free to bring them. They're always recorded, so you can have them watch it at a later date. Lisa, that's just not fair. Why does she always get to win? I should be faster. The following week, we're going to talk about the importance of sleep in our overall well-being. There's some really fascinating science around sleep quality, sleep length, etc., etc. And then our final wellness chat for the month of June, as always, is that Q&A. Feel free to send us those questions. We look forward to answering them. So a really exciting couple weeks coming up. And as always, you can feel free to go over to incentahealth.com/wellness chats. We have all of our previous sessions there. You can watch them, rewatch them, whatever makes you happy. Share them with your colleagues, etc., etc. And if you have any specific questions, you can email us at personal.trainer@incentahealth.com. Call us or chat us. We have a health coach standing by Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Mountain Standard Time.